Today we have Myrtle. No, not my 4th grade teacher, Myrtle Wing, not her. This is Myrtlewood from Oregon. Brought to us from my good friend Dennis. It's the 2nd time Dennis has brought me wood. Well, here, let me show you a picture of what Dennis brought. He didn't bring a little bit of wood. He brought a lot of wood. What do you think of that? That's a lot of wood, Dennis. And I appreciate the effort, buddy, all the way up here from Oregon. I consider it kind of an honor to be able to turn myrtle. It grows in Oregon and not many other places, maybe Northern California, I'm not sure. I think it grows mostly along the coast. If you drive the coast of Oregon, you'll see all kinds of retail stores and sawmills and little stores in front of sawmills selling myrtle wood and selling pieces that have been turned from myrtle wood or made from myrtle wood. I made that trip a couple of times when I wasn't a turner. I admired all the pieces, but I didn't buy any because, you know, I wasn't a turner. But today I'm a turner, and today we're going to turn this piece of myrtle wood. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, as we like to say here at Shady Acres Wood Shop. Howdy, let's take a closer look at it. The piece is about 10 by 9 by 4 1/4 thick on that end, 3 1/4 thick on this end. So I'm going to do the same thing I did last week, and if you didn't see last week's video, I'll link to it here in your upper right hand corner. I hope I remember to do that. Because there's such a difference, there's an inch, this end is an inch higher than that end is. I'm going to set this on my drill press table and put a piece of wood under it like that, make it flat. I'm going to drill a flat bottom hole for my chuck jaws to set against. In the middle of that, I'm going to drill a hole for a woodworm screw. We'll get it mounted up and get to turning this myrtle from Oregon and from my friend Dennis. Thanks, Dennis. So this is the result of going to the drill press. Now we'll just get it mounted up. And you can see how much thicker that end is compared to this end. The way I mounted it here, drilled the hole and mounted it, this part, the thicker end, sticks out closer to the tool rest, so that'll get turned away first. Flatten off that bottom and we'll get at it. We're going to be turning at 650 RPM, 5/8 inch bowl gouge, mask and face shield on. Well, we still haven't quite got it all. Got this lower corner here to get, but we're getting there. Okay, I got just a little bit left, but I'm going to start working on this corner. That'll take care of it anyway. And for that, I need a glove because when those chips start coming off at this angle, they hit my hand and they hurt. Dull as can be. I'm going to go sharpen up. See how we're doing here. Well, it's looking pretty good. The bark is staying with us. I better decide what we're going to do, what kind of shape, huh? Nothing's quite coming to me just yet. I guess I like it. We'll come back here a little bit further, kind of a long sweep, take care of these two ends that aren't quite cut yet. But believe it or not, I gotta go sharpen up again. Wood's harder than it looks. That should have got it. Yep, that one's good. That one's almost. Okay, well, before we finalize the shape, let's come back down here to the bottom. Lay out for a tenon or a recess. That'll help me know where I can come with this side and the bottom and whatnot. And I guess we'll make a tenon. I'm going to raise my tool rest a little and use this diamond point tool to square up the sides of the tenon. And that's good. Now we can move back over here to the side and finish up whatever it is we're going to do. I still don't really know for sure. Yeah, that's pretty good. I could go a little bit narrower here. I don't think I'm going to, but I am going to make sure it's flat. Well, that just about doesn't even need any scraping. I'll just sand that up. So time for sanding. I'm going to start the sanding with my Sandoflex. I'm going to sand the bark along the top edge here. I don't know how much we're going to leave, but I'll sand over at least as wide as the Sandoflex is. This is 180 grit, and that's as fine as I will go on that. When that's done, I'll switch to my 2-inch disc starting at 120 grit and working up through 400. I'll have the lathe spinning in reverse for that at about 360 RPM. And I'll show you what all that looks like as soon as I get my mask on. I'll be doing a little bit more of that, but that's what it looks like. And that's what that looks like. I'll bring it back here in a little bit and we'll put probably sanding sealer on there. See you in a bit. Well, I'm curious how this is going to turn out. I remember seeing Myrtlewood just looking gorgeous. And this looks pretty plain. It's a very tight grained wood and it's sanded up beautifully and it's very smooth, but I just don't see it doing much here. Got a little bit of light colored heartwood down in here. This is sanding sealer I'm applying. Shellac based sanding sealer, and it is kind of soaking it up, which surprises me being so tight grained. This is only the first of 2 coats, so maybe it's got to build a little bit. It's not like, I'm not saying it doesn't have any nice features. It does, but it's just not quite the way I remember it. But that's been a few years ago, and I don't think it was inexpensive to buy the wood or to buy the products made from it. That's nice. I'll have to get another couple coats on, well, another coat of this and 2 coats of shellac and see how it does. Now I'm going to brush the bark, and I guess you can't see that. Oh boy, that makes quite a little bit of difference. It looks like giraffe skin. Giraffe skin? Fur? What do they have? Giraffe. I think they're pretty smooth, aren't they? That's kind of what it looks like. Kind of brown and lighter spots. I don't think I've ever petted a giraffe before, so I don't really know, but I think it's fur. Probably something I'm supposed to know at my age, but I don't. But that is quite a bit what it looks like. You'll just have to wait until tomorrow to see. I'm gonna go cook dinner. Okay, well, that's what it looks like so far. I'll bring you back tomorrow and we'll start working on the inside. Have a good evening. We've got a beautiful finish on the outside. I've turned the piece around and have the tenon mounted up in the chuck. We're going to be turning at 1200 RPM, 5/8 inch bowl gouge, mask, and face shield on. Just see where we are here. I don't intend to keep a wide amount of bark. We'll see how it goes, but I'll come out further than that. We'll start with that for a while. Might go thinner, I don't know. Well, now I have it thinner here than I do here, so I'm going to take a little more away from this end. See if I evened it out. Yeah, that's better. Maybe just a tiny bit more up here. This will get thinner as we go down. Yep, that's much better. Not sure we got down there far enough yet. No, still need to come towards the outside, right in this, right beginning about here, which is about an inch down from the highest point. That should have done it. Yep. Yep. Okay, now I'm going to shear scrape this edge, the side, inside. That should have cleaned it up pretty good. Yeah. Now we can start getting rid of some of the middle here. What do you think? Shall we just stop there? That looks pretty cool. I don't know what for. Roll your marbles around in there, I guess. I've already lost most of mine. We better see where we are here. We got about 3/4 of an inch total. Half an inch total. That's probably going to do it. Yep. Well, I'm going to put a fresh edge on my scraper and we'll scrape. Okay, time for sanding. I have the lathe spinning in reverse at 380 RPM. I'm starting at 100 grit, working up through 400. I'll bring you back when it's time to put some sanding sealer in there. See you in a bit. Well, I hope the inside turns out as nice as the outside did. It actually takes on kind of a gray color. Maybe you're seeing some of that now. And then you've got that lighter heartwood in the middle and at the bottom. And it's got a few dark streaks here and there. Well, that was easy. What do you think? Ooh, look at that. Ooh, chatoyance. I didn't notice that before. Cool. And I just have to touch up the bark a little bit. Kind of lost that giraffe look since it's so thin now, but still kind of has it. I could have left the walls thicker, but you know, I have to do that on so many pieces that once in a while it's nice to do a thinner wall for me anyway. Okay, well, that's the first of 2 coats of sanding sealer and then 2 coats of shellac, just like on the outside. And I'll bring you back here in a bit and we'll take the tenon off. See you in a bit. Well, I think you're gonna like this one. I sure do. I've mounted a block of wood up in my chuck. I'm going to put a non-slip cloth over that and bring up the bowl. And bring up my tailstock. I still have that center hole there for reference, so I could just drive my live center right into that, and that'll help center it on that block of wood. Apply a little pressure, bring up my tool rest. We'll spin the piece up, see if it's running true. Close enough. Turn the speed up to about 550. I'm going to take a 3/8 inch bowl gouge to commence to removing that tenon. We'll stop and check for clearance. And we have clearance. I'm going to turn the speed down to about 400 RPM because we're getting pretty small there. Just keep working it away. Well, I really need to get a little bit closer than I am. We removed quite a bit of material there. And actually that's pretty small. So I'm going to switch to a swept back bowl gouge so that I can get in there closer. Now it's really small. I'm going to turn down to about 200 RPM. And I'm going to apply the bevel of the gouge against the bottom of the bowl. Right hand on the gouge, left hand on the switch, pressure towards the headstock. And when the little nub stops turning, we'll know we're through. Or breaks away. Sometimes that happens. No biggie. Now I'll just take this over here to the workbench, sand that up, sign it, get it finished, and I'll be right back. Be sure you stick around to the end of the video so you can see the before and after shots of this piece. If you'd share the video, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Well, here it is. One Myrtle live edge oval bowl in the books. That's just about a perfect oval. Pretty cool the way it turned out. Can you see some chatoyance in there? It's right here, and then it's also up here. It's always hard to get the light to catch it, but it's there, believe me. This is my month for chatoyance, I'm telling you. I think every piece I've turned for the last month has chatoyance in it. And that's unusual. What do you think? Isn't it just it's perfect. Well, it's pretty perfect. I don't know what would make it better. Couldn't do much different with it, really. It's not anything I necessarily did. I got a great finish on there, that's for sure. I think I left just the right amount of bark. I hope you think so. There's the bottom all finished up. Got that nice bark inclusion there. It doesn't really have any flaws. No missing bark, no bug holes. It's just like a perfect piece of wood. Near perfect oval. I really like it a lot. I wish you could feel it. It feels so smooth, silky, just nice. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Dennis, for bringing this all the way up from Oregon, along with all that other wood, for all to enjoy. If you like this video, thumbs up, please. I'd sure appreciate it. If you're a subscriber, thank you very kindly. I truly appreciate that. I also appreciate that you took your time to spend with me today. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. I'm really looking forward to your comments. So for now, this is Phil, Shady Acres Woodshop, signing off.